What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome to r/AskReddit with my horrible artwork, where today, Dungeon Masters and D&D players have some insane stories to share. Alright, so the AskReddit question was, D&D players and DMs of Reddit, what's your best, okay, I'll allow it, story? We were playing a 4-year-long campaign where the Undercity was trying to take over the surface realm. Our rogue, who was leaving the group, strapped on every magic item he had at his disposal, gave the cleric a kiss, and stepped through his portable gateway to the Undercity. He had a few scrolls of haste and a cursed object that would cause all the items to explode if exposed to haste. He planned it for months and turned himself into a huge magic bomb, destroying the whole Undercity. Oh, I can just picture that right now. Oh, that's brilliant. We found a ruined palace in the jungle and ended up killing the queen who lived there. She was a Gorgon/Medusa, so it was a hard fight, and we were looking forward to looting her place when we won, but since all the valuables were corroded or stolen long ago, there was no actual treasure to be had. Over her dead body, I said, and cut her head off to keep as a trophy. Fast forward to when we're running through a ruined city with a giant frog behemoth stomping after us. Well, I was playing a necromancer cleric and, after getting the DM to allow it, pulled the Gorgon's head out of my pack, held it toward the Titan, and resurrected it with all the unholy power I could muster. It blasted a ray of petrification like a perfect reenactment of Perseus saving Andromeda and blistered its flesh to stone through several rounds of sustained casting. The head was deteriorated to useless shreds after channeling so much energy, but the frog behemoth was defeated, and it was such an epic moment. Oh, I can just imagine it would have been. So not D&D related, but this actually kind of reminds me of when I was playing Witcher 3 back in the day when I first started playing it. I accidentally ended up running into an area significantly higher than my level, and ended up in a fight with like 4 ghouls that really should have just wrecked my face. And through gratuitous use of potions, every single bomb that I had, and just all sorts of luck and skills, I managed to kill off all 4 of them. Now, I've yet to ever experience such an epic fight ever again, but it was quite enjoyable. We were on a mission to rescue a non-player character. The GM had made a few minor mistakes in the earlier descriptions of some of the scenes, or he retconned stuff secretly, I'm not sure which. So when we were done and dividing the loot, we asked a few questions, and he kind of patched stuff over with some hand waves. Other party member: wait, the guard leader brought her in, but we watched him enter the building and you didn't say he had anyone with him, and he wasn't carrying anything. GM: he had her unconscious body inside a bag of holding. Me: living creatures can't survive very long inside bags of holding, though. GM: this is a special one that puts living creatures into stasis. Me: okay, I want that bag of holding as my only treasure from this adventure. And that's how I obtained my bag of chickens. At 10 silver pieces a pop, I could fit thousands and thousands of chickens inside the bag, and they'd all just stay in stasis until I needed a distraction. Then, turning the bag inside out would turn it into a literal fire hose of chickens and loose feathers. Excellent for escaping nasty situations after running out of spell slots. I've said it before with D&D Stories, and I'll say it again, never underestimate the power of human ingenuity. The bag of infinite chickens. Shadowrun player got himself extra character points by taking the flaw where he had traumatic flashbacks triggered by chocolate eclairs floating through the air. His reasoning was that this would be so unlikely to happen, the flaw was free points. Probably having a bit of fun with it and not seriously power gaming. But he got me as a GM. Pastries. Pastries everywhere. Yeah, but you see, it's DMs like you that make those games fun and memorable. I mean, honestly, when you're just begging for something like that, you kinda have to end up getting it. I mean, frick. My players were just starting their adventure, so they were maybe level 2 at most when this happened. They were doing a dungeon I had designed to be revisited many times in the story, and as usual, these idiots unintentionally got into one of the much more dangerous high-level areas I had planned for months down the road. There's a huge underground lake inside this dungeon with something nasty and completely optional in its depths. They spend like a week in-game on one little shore near the lake, camping and preparing and planning. One of the two fighters had taken mostly crafting skills and ends up building a boat, while the other, much more reckless fighter is climbing cave walls like a lunatic, trying to do who knows what. The druid starts filling the boat with any kind of poison and flammable he can get his hands on, and they send it out to the middle of this lake. The sorcerer lights it on fire, and the bat-crap insane fighter is at the top of the cave, knocking down stalactites. Long story short, these idiots killed a freaking 6,000 HP Kraken with a flaming poisonous boat. At level 2. Oh, that had to be frustrating. I can only imagine. Man, I really need to get into a consistent D&D group. That was r/AskReddit, and if you want a playlist of more funny D&D stories, then go ahead and click the link here, or if you want to see more funny, badly drawn Reddit, go ahead and hit the link here. Now you guys stay safe, stay healthy, I will see you all on Wednesday with more positive and uplifting Reddit content. Until then, stay beautiful.